If you are logging into my team today, this is what matters. Happy Saturday, everybody. Couple of new challenges. King of the Court is live and well. Plus, the auction house is moving in the direction we thought it would. A lot of good things happening there. Let's dive right into it. We will check in on greatness, but first, the daily challenge is very easy, free 5,000 MT. Already took care of them this morning. Should be relatively simple, especially with these greatness challenges. Season 4 tab, we got something new. They keep bringing back this full moon challenge. Notoriously difficult, probably a little easier now since we have more good shooters in the game. Again, I don't see a reason to do these. We haven't had some additional challenge that requires the full moon challenge ball or something. Maybe later in the year they do, but I feel like they would have done it by now. I mean, they gave us this full moon challenge, I believe in season 1, and a few people jumped on it thinking we might need this moon ball for some kind of challenge. They haven't given us any specific challenges that need a specific basketball. I don't think they're going to do that. We're just going to ignore that. I don't want to spend time trying to get a full moon challenge ball with so many other things going on. Crossroads is live and well. We've got it pretty much all done except for some more Crossroads stats. All this stuff goes great with the greatness challenge grind, but Crossroads stats doesn't really, because you're using kind of specific players in the greatness grind. So I just haven't prioritized putting a Crossroads player in as quick as I usually do, but we do have a Crossroads player. A really good one, actually, and we'll touch on him in a second here. But yes, we're working through the Crossroads free Hall of Fame option pack. We like that. And then the rest really just things to keep up on for the season grind. But of course, shout out the Kia Clutch Time Challenge. Guys, huge W from 2K yesterday. One clutch time game. I believe it's 5-minute quarters, and we had a good comment yesterday. Not a bad game just to grind challenges in. I mean, play it at least once to get the legend badge, but for some of those stat challenges where you just want to farm rebounds or points or whatever it might be, even a certain number of assists, this is an option. You know, I'm doing breakout, a few different strategies on the most effective greatness grind, but this is an option for a game, and the stats count as far as I know. I know it's a challenge game, but all the stats track, unlike some of those greatness challenge games where the stats don't track in that specific one. For the other tabs, nothing too exciting or new. Of course, just do your training challenges. Take care of this signature challenge, about 20 days left to do it. Still nothing new in weekly challenges. So in summary, nothing really major new today. We got the moon ball. That's really the newest thing specific for today. But just keep on Crossroads and the Kia Clutch Time Challenge. And when it comes to greatness, it feels like we're making so much progress, but it still feels like we're so far away. This step is a great example. I'm technically 50 of 70. You're like, Guru, you're almost there. Great job. But not quite. I'm not even halfway. I'm technically a fifth of the way because I only have 300 three-pointers made. I gotta get 1,200 more three-pointers. We can do some math, but that's probably 7-8 hours of just making three-pointers consistently. So still a bit a ways, even though I am kind of grinding through it and getting a lot of the lower tier cards, which is really cool. The one I'm making the most progress on, and the one I think may actually be the quickest, easiest, and it's weird because usually these are tougher stats, it's the blocks, rebounds, and steals. Making really good progress, over halfway done on the total, gotten all the games done. Still have a good number of players to come here and get rebounds with, but essentially what I'm doing right now is kind of just focusing on rebounding and assists. These assists seem like they're going to take a while. You can see I'm only a fifth the way done on total assists as well, and there's just a lot of high number. Like a lot of these are like 17, 20, you know, there's not many that are, there's 24 big numbers of assists, where compared to Steph's, the reason I got 50 of 70 done, so many of these were make one three-pointer. Like Knuppel, I believe, one three-pointer. There's like 10 different challenges that's make one three-pointer. Just put them in a full lineup game and just sub them out once they make one three-pointer. That's what I was doing. So got a great jump on shooting as far as the player stats, but still tons of threes to make. But it's a fun grind. We are enjoying it. We're pulling up the spreadsheet almost every day, or not, you know, almost every day. Every day while we grind, we got this handy-dandy spreadsheet, keeping track of what I'm actually accomplishing, how close I am on certain things. So I'm having fun with the grind. And yeah, they gave us a huge new offline grind just a few days ago, and today's a little lighter on content. Not a big deal, not surprised, to be honest. As far as play tabs go, we're really honed in on breakout and domination, mostly really just breakout. That is what I'm doing most of this grind in. I know domination can be effective, and within breakout, you have a couple different options. I've been leaning into triple threat. I know some people like clutch time, and for some of those stats, full lineup really makes sense because you have so many lower numbered stats. Get 2 rebounds, get 1-3. I'll just put 13 different players all with like a low value challenge and try to get as many done as possible in a full lineup game. But honestly, I'm not even working through that many boards. I'm kind of resetting the board pretty often. I'll just end the run, reset it on rookie. More focused on challenge, greatness challenge than actual rewards right now. Just my personal strategy, but really curious. I know there's a lot of different ways to dissect this thing. I think there's a lot of different effective ways. I'm sure there is some really hyper effective ways. I think I'm kind of in the effective area, maybe not hyper effective. I'm just kind of slowly working through it, getting some decent rewards along the way, but definitely having fun. And I think we will add KG sooner than later. He'll likely be the first one we bring home. The rest will just take a little longer, maybe Steph second, maybe playmaking second, but slowly but surely we'll get these guys. And I'm really close to DeMarcus Cousins. I've heard good things about this card. Shout out the Kings lineup. I think the plan is we gotta get him home before we make the season debut. It's only fair. We can't play a game without DeMarcus. So my goal today, we'll wrap up these points challenges and then put him into that nice Kings lineup that we have built out here. He'll slide right in, taking out Lionel Simmons, maybe work his way into the starting lineup. We'll have to use him a bit. He's gonna need a couple badges. So that will round out training camp, put us in a really good spot. And the debut should be tomorrow. I think game 1 will be tomorrow, and hopefully we get that video out tomorrow in addition with the daily video. So it's going to be some extra content from Guru, which is exciting. We're definitely very excited about that. But yes, for your play modes, you know, if you're grinding the greatness grind, I do recommend salary cap domination, maybe a couple challenge games. If you're working on Showdown, it's a great weekend to do it. A lot of the sweats are playing King of the Court, so you could probably farm a few wins in Showdown. Whatever your season grind is, keep on pace. The greatness challenge is there, but it's not going anywhere. So if you're chasing something else, feel free to focus on it. And that does include King of the Court. We broke it down a bit. The rewards, you know, they're not overwhelming this weekend. We may not play. We'll go live tonight and see if you know, I'm a man of the people. If everybody wants to see some King of the Court gameplay, I'll hop in and play a game or two. But right now, I'm not really feeling the need just because it's not worth the reward. This channel is all about effective grinding. Last weekend, we broke it down. It made so much sense to spend the 1.5 to 2 hours playing these King of the Court games in order to get those pieces for the festival. And this weekend, there's just not that incentive. So we'll play it by ear. Of course, it is fun, but not a huge priority for me in the grind that I'm on right now. But interesting to see, Ty has jumped off to a great start. Look at that. I think that's around the total points he had at the end of the weekend. To have this Saturday morning, you know, I filmed these pretty early. It's only 11:40 Central Time right now. To have this many points this early, he's off to a great start. Gonna be very hard to take him down. So we will see some unfamiliar faces at the top right now that I don't recognize. Maybe some fresh blood trying to get in there. We'll see who ends up winning. Definitely will have some updates on that. And of course, don't forget about your exhibitions. I'm finally able to do all of mine today. Free rewards. Some of them really do add up. So something to keep in mind there. Pack market, nothing new, at least not from yesterday. Still the Crossroads Wild Gems. You know, the consensus is not a lot of people are ripping these packs, and it's understandable why. You know, we understand this is a bit of a mid-tier set, which I'm kind of happy about. As I've said, it gives us stability. The converse, or the opposite of just having huge set, great set after great set, is pacing becomes way out of control and cards lose their value so much faster. So in my mind, this is a W for 2K. I don't mind them slowing the pacing down a bit. I feel like this year cards are holding their value better than they ever have. You know, I've had cards that are sitting in the collection that are just kind of stable. They're not, usually you buy a card and in 6-7 days, it's already lost 20-30%. It's kind of a bad feeling. It's not the same this year. I just think, they've done pacing better. And so I'm happy with it. It's a, decent set, plenty of opportunity to move in the auction house. And let's dive into it. Let's go ahead and just look at some of the things I've been selling and buying, because a couple of things are going to happen today. First, we'll do the usual. Let's go and look at all my solds, selling AOs, or let me get this name pronunciation right. And shout out the comments. You guys are saying, hey, Guru, you got to get a little better at pronunciation. And it is something I'm working on. And I found a cool website, and it's going to give me all of the proper pronunciations. Look, you can actually have the player say it. I think you guys should be able to hear this. This is kind of cool. IO. It's not AO, it's IO. I'm gonna get better, guys. Watch. I am one to say, hey, we need to learn. So it's IO, Dosunmu. Great card to flip. I was actually using him in salary cap last night. Check out the stream, and he hoops, man. This card absolutely hoops. So selling these, meta cards that we can win on bid, like Reynad, he's a meta amethyst, as is Dosunmu. You're still working on that. Okongwu, we bought both of these at 30 quick flips, made 10K each. So you can kind of see what I'm working here. Derek Queen, we got him in the 20s again. He got really popular, and of course he got rare again. So we sold multiple Derek Queens, I believe, at least one at a really nice price. So we'll go ahead and clear out all the solds, stack up some more MT, and then we're gonna touch back to these cards because something's happening that I really like. Okay, and with all these cards, this is that set that is now out of packs. Yesterday was Friday, so it was the first day of them being out of packs. As we've seen, usually that Thursday, Friday, even into Friday when they're technically out of packs, that morning and afternoon, they're still very near their floor. But as early as Saturday, which is today, they start trickling up, and they're already starting to do that. I'm seeing some great activity on that set, very promising for us, because realistically, we may not get a huge set on Tuesday. I am maybe thinking we do get a drop, but it might not be too meta. Usually the bigger drops are Friday, and this last Friday, it was kind of a mid-tier drop. So the expectation is these cards should rise, and they should rise quite nicely. And we're seeing it with Jerry Lucas. I mean, a couple on bids, but one, he's getting rare. And two, I'm really seeing almost all of his buy nows either at 30. This one just got listed at 30 or above. So he's already really at a profit point for us. I mean, we were trying to get this card as close to 20 as possible. Jumped the gun a little early on a couple like this Larry Hughes. He's already getting close to 30, 35, same as Jerry Lucas. But a lot of these we got very close to 20 to 25. John Starks, Larry Hughes, Jerry Lucas. I'm seeing similar activity for all three of those cards, and those were the three we circled specifically because they are a bit meta. This is a pretty good point guard in John Starks, and his price is already starting to trickle up towards that 30. He's getting rare. That one's been listed for 3 minutes. So you could probably sell him today at 28, and that's profit, guys. So that's pretty good. But I do think they keep trickling up over the next few days just because we don't have, a huge drop right now, and they're just getting more rare. I mean, look at the bar down below. It's starting to get pretty small, and we don't have to go back very far to, past sets. See how rare Eddie Jones is. There's not one in the market right now. So we know these pink diamonds, their volume just goes down. Even Allen Houston, he was really common. Look at that bar down below. He's gotten so rare. These prices are a bit inflated. I think his price is closer to 35, 38. But guys, we were buying him in low 20s all day. And this is just 2 sets back. So it's really, this is that great time. This is where I feel really good. Like, you can sell today on these guys and make some profit that, depending your appetite for risk, you could hold a few more days. I mean, just look at this set. We invested so heavily in this set. To be honest, sometimes I sell too early. Like, I think I could have held these cards a little bit longer. I mean, I sold most of my RJs around 37, so that's about right. But I sold some of my Allen Houstons really closer to 34, 35. And look, he's gone up over time. It depends your appetite for risk. A lot of times when I see my profit window, I just take it. But there is opportunity, especially for cards that are good, like this Jerry Lucas, even this Larry Hughes. I mean, other creators are making content on this Larry Hughes as like a really good budget point guard. It's things like that that can drive their price up over time, not a huge time frame. Eventually pink diamonds are going to go down, especially by all-star. But I'm just saying, you might not even need to sell today. You could sell in 3 to 4 days, but this profit window is officially opening. So what I'm going to do here is I'm sending all these cards to my auctions, and I'm going to start listing at a profit point, maybe a little bit high. I don't need to sell them all at once, but over the next 4 to 5 days, I'm going to try to sell all of these cards at a profit point. You know, they've been sitting in my in my auction results for a while now, so I pretty much know what I paid. I mean, Omri, I probably paid on average around 7, Jerry average around 24, Larry a little higher, but probably still around 25. This John Starks probably average around 20. So I know what I paid, and now I'm just going to be listing them all at profit points. Kayla, we're taking the risk on. This is just kind of my experiment. I've seen the pink diamond WNBA players just get so rare. We got all of the Kaylas around 30, so just a little higher, but I do think there's going to be plenty of room for profit. But it's a bit of an experiment because I need to see if they actually sell. I don't think people are running these pink diamond WNBA players, so I'm just a little, curious on why their market is so strong, what's fueling it. But this is, it's a science experiment, and you can see I am trying to list one. She's not selling at 60, even though when you go into the collection, she is quite rare. So let's just do a double check here. There's none. Technically, mine's like the only one on the auction house. It's at 60, and that will pretty much be my strategy. Just keep listing her around 50 to 60. I mean, I have 3 and there's none on the auction house, so technically I could have all 3 up. A lot of times what I like to do, like mine is listed at 60 right now, but it's about to end and it probably won't sell. I'll list this one at 60. Keep in mind, I got both of these at 30, but I'll list this one at 60, maybe 59, and then I'll list the second one and make it look appealing. So there's one up for 59 right now. Someone pops in the auction house and is like, oh, here's one for 51. That might be a good deal. Both are big profit for me either way. So when you hone in on a market like that, you can do a little price manipulation and on a small scale. I wouldn't be surprised if more Kaylas get put up throughout the day, but at least for the short term, all the Kaylas are mine. I have one kind of setting the ceiling, and then that next one could be looking appetizing to people who are looking to get a good deal, hypothetically. So yes, we're going to be listing all these guys today. I won't do it right now on video, but shortly I'll just get all of these listed, and tomorrow we might have some, as early as tomorrow we could have some sales. So you guys can see what I sold yesterday, and you can see what I'm going to be selling, over the next day or two. But what am I buying? What am I buying? It's still a good time to buy. And again, we're doing our day trades. Like you saw yesterday, we made a great profit on that Anthony Black card. Really good card. Saw a couple on live stream last night that I almost bought because he was really low. We did see a little dip on Friday for some of the cards, and I'm expecting a big bounce back just because that set wasn't too OP, and so it's days like today we see a big bounce back. But I saw multiple Anthony Blacks last night on buyout for around 85 with extra Hoffs. Now there's almost none on buyout. There's one there recently listed, but it could have been an opportunity for a little profit. It was just a bit risky, but still I'm coming in here daily, already have a bid on that Aldama. He's gone up, so that's nice to see. But just finding those, borderline meta budget cards. We like our Nas Reeds. Let's check him out today. None in the auction house. Nickel Alexander Walker. This has been a really good card for us to trade. You can see he's sticking really steady right at that 27, 28. He's been at that price for weeks now, and I'm just consistently winning him in the teens and flipping him in the mid 20s. Been very easy for me to do that. Dyson Daniels was on buyout. So he's on buyout and Anthony Black is not. That is kind of interesting because he's been more expensive than Anthony Black for a while. This could be an example of a card that could go up over the next couple days. A bit risky. I mean, it's just a little more high end, and you probably have to list him on a 100K bid to make your profit. Like if I buy him at 95, he needs to sell at like 110 to really make some profit, which means people need to bid on him. I like the buyout process because I can list it for 24 hours and I just need someone to pop on at one point. So I would need to see one like low 80s with extra badges, and I would pull the trigger on a card like that. But in general, the same strategy of just working through the past sets, finding those borderline meta cards, Let's do a check on Jared Allen because I know he has that dynamic duo. Yeah, he looks like he settled around 20. I mean, that's about right for a solid dynamic duo counterpart. Definitely a good opportunity to make some bids on him, maybe start trading him. And we've had a lot of success with Dinwiddie. He's getting rare. He's out of the festival now. I mean, he's still technically in there, but you can't get any more pieces. He's really stabilized around 30 if you can grab him in the 20s. And the list goes on. I'll pick a random card some days, like Goran Dragic. I've consistently made profit on him. I think he's around like a 15K card. Sometimes you can sell him around 20, but I put a couple low bids just to see if I can win and make some MT there. So in essence, today is a really good day to start selling the pass set. I think now the window has officially opened. We will start listing these guys. For the new set, still too early to buy. Still too early to buy. The dust is settling. I'm not even sure how many investment opportunities we'll have here. Like this Artist Gilmore's, he was cheaper yesterday. This is very expensive for a card that I just don't see a ton of people running him moving forward. I mean, that's why some of these have been successful. People will use Larry Hughes. People will use John Starks. You know, people are going to use these cards, and people will definitely use Jerry Lucas. It's why their price has stayed consistent, even down to these amethysts. You know, it's a matter of will people use them. That's what's going to hold a card's value a little bit long term here. And I'm looking at these cards, and I just don't see a ton of cards people are going to want to use moving forward. Like, this card can just not shoot. This is a small forward that cannot shoot. I know he's great at defense, but shooting is too important in this game to have a card that cannot shoot. So most of these pink diamonds I'm not too interested in. This Ricky Davis has been a fan favorite, but I guess the animations aren't great. I saw him really cheap. I mean, he might be like the 20 to 30K range type pink diamond, in which case this would be a good investment, but let's let the dust settle. But one card that has kind of shown himself as a budget beast and as a premier diamond is this Walker Kessler. We got really lucky yesterday. Just right when packs started ripping, I was looking at some filters and we found one for 15K. We got Walker Kessler for 15K yesterday, and people didn't realize what he was. He was listed at 15 to 25 like all day yesterday, and overnight the secret got out, and it doesn't surprise me. This is actually a premium diamond card. We've seen other premium diamond cards like Anthony Black be at that 100K range. I mean, I don't think we had anything near that good of a diamond last set. Like, none of these diamonds were anywhere near 100K. I think the most expensive one might be this Kevin Porter Jr., who we might come back and bid on here in a second because that's good value. But the point is, yeah, we haven't seen a premier diamond really since, I guess, Beasts. I don't think there was a premier diamond in this. Jordan Clarkson was kind of the best diamond here, and he never got much above like 20K. Yeah, he was always kind of around 20. Had a couple days when he was sitting at 40, but really a 20K card. So it's been the first time in a while we've had a premium diamond. I don't think this price holds, but maybe it does. Who knows? Does he do Anthony Black activity where he goes back closer to 100K when he's out of packs? Probably not, just because it's only Saturday, so this price should keep trickling down. Maybe we invest in Walker Kessler's, but not until I really see his price stabilize. But a great card nonetheless. I mean, this is why this card is so good. He's 7 feet tall, very, very big. Decent driving dunk. At 7 feet, 80 driving dunk is great, but it's the 3-point 86. I didn't realize they were going to give him such a good 3-point shot, and it's not a bad jump shot. Not a great jump shot, but it's not a bad jump shot. So decent card. And then, you know, the playmaking is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's serviceable. Really good block. Steal, that's not a big deal. Perimeter defense, this is kind of huge. You look at cards like Cockbrenner, he has 30 perimeter defense. This is serviceable. If he gets put on an island, he's not going to be completely barbecue chicken, especially with the speed and agility. These are great stats for a 7-foot center, and we just have to go one player over who's also a diamond. Look at this card, and you can just see why he is not nearly as meta. He's like 4 inches shorter, or at least 3 inches shorter, 3 or 4 inches shorter, and he has the same speed and agility. So it's like Walker Kessler's way bigger and has better, or same speed stats and better perimeter stats. It just goes to show. And I mean, size is so important. What are the 5 Ds of dodgeball? Size, speed, 3-point defense, dunk. This Walker Kessler pretty much hits all 5. He's got the size, he has the speed relative to the size. Driving dunk's a little lower than we want, but at 7 feet, that's great. Same with the 3-point, and his defense is good. I mean, it's not elite, but those are pretty good stats, especially, let's see his strength. not bad strength, could be a little better. So overall, really good card. Honestly, this might be kind of the premier card. Is, you know, for the lower tiers, like probably better than most of these pink diamonds. I think definitely better than Artis Gilmore. This Stephon Marbury is interesting, holding his value a little bit, but even him, it looks like he's starting to trickle down. Wouldn't be surprised if he's in the 40s. Really, all these pink diamonds, like what's Bobby going for? I don't see why he's not a 20K card, and I don't really see him having a huge bump. It's not just as simple as, oh, he's in packs, wait for him to get, wait for Thursday and get him at 20K, and then he'll go up to 30. We don't just blindly buy these cards. We do it with cards we actually think will go up and they're actually at a good value. This was a good set to trade. Almost all the pink diamonds were really good. Obviously, Adam and LeBron were in their own world, much more expensive. But even the buyouts, John Starks, Larry Hughes, of course, the Jerry Lucas, and even the Steve Smith, we didn't give him much attention, but this is not that bad of a card. He's doing the same activity. He's already into the 30s. So if you invested into him, you're in a good spot. I'm just not confident that these will do the exact same because they're not going to have the same usage just being in people's lineups as those other cards. So big pause on this set for now, but keep an eye on Walker Kessler. I think this price goes down, but if you can grab one in the 20s and get really lucky or something, you could day flip him. I think he sells all day today at like 55, 60, but that price will just keep trickling down. So you really want to be safe. Like if I were to make a bid on one, I would almost be hesitant to make it over 30. Wouldn't be surprised if his price gets to 30 by the time he's out of packs. So if I do win this, I'm flipping him today. And then the ones that I'm trying to stockpile for later, I'll still wait for that floor price. So something to think about there. This set, it's still too new. Sell window is open on the more recent set, but it probably just keeps opening. So don't rush to sell these guys, but just start listing them at a good, reasonable profit point and see if you can start moving some. And other than that, use your last sets to make some good bids. Do one last check on Okongwu. And like I said, I bought two of these at 30 yesterday. His price is really closer to 40, but here's one right here. Only 4 hours left. Looks like he has a couple extra badges too, right? Yeah, he does. So that's a good bid. We'll see if we can win that at 35. With those extra badges, wouldn't be surprised if I could sell them closer to 50. But who knows? We'll see if we end up winning that or not. Along with that, of course, it's always good to work your filters. You might want to scale it up. We used to do cheapest diamond. It might be worth seeing, what is the cheapest pink diamond. Try to avoid the current set. Usually that's going to be the one that kind of floods it. There is the cheapest. It's that Bobby Jones. I just see him keep going down. So would try to avoid that set. But other than him, the cheapest pink diamonds are probably like Larry Hughes. Yeah, you can see that. Maybe just try to come in here and go max bid 25. See if you can get any kind of pink diamond besides the ones from the newest set below 30, and you should be at a pretty good money spot. Some of them might still just be the second to most recent set, these challengers. Really not a bad bid. Like I would still be very happy to win a Jerry Lucas at 22. So if you can get these guys on bid still close to around 20, like I said, their sale window's open. You could day flip these guys, but it should kind of keep going open. But really, I'm looking for some cards that are not those guys, even these Allen Houstons, any other like random pink diamonds, this Amari, I think he goes for a bit more, but we'll still kind of keep it reasonable. So use your filters, whether it's pink diamond, just try to find, the floor of that tier. For diamond, it's usually around like 10K. Maybe even a little bit lower today. So I might just come in and try to win some diamonds, at that 5 to 6 range and just make day flips. It's all good stuff, guys. As we know, the auction house is a world in its own. So we do like to do that. And one thing I'm thinking, guys, I think we're going to say goodbye to Tracy here. I think it's time. Just because I'm not going to be sweating King of the Court too hard. And if I were, I could move Kamara in there. I think we're going to downgrade, and what I want to do is, as sad as it is, I'm going to go to my collection. I think today is a decent day to sell just because it's weekend and a lot of people are playing, and I want to sell before next Friday the 6th. I still think there'll be plenty of time to sell, maybe a little bit after the 6th, but essentially we could get a huge drop Friday 6th, and then that next drop will be all-star. So after the 6th, I do think the market could start shifting. Really, the 6th is early. That is early. I'm being early by doing this. But I just want to, he's just a very expensive card. We got a lot of use out of him, and who knows who we're going to get next. But what I think I will do is, one, I saw earlier there was pretty much none up. So let's go. There is no Tracy's up. I'm just going to start him for 4 hours. It will end middle of Saturday. Let's see what we get. Oh man, that is hard to say goodbye to. Such a good card. And what I want to do is, I really don't need another card. Like when I look at my lineup, I'm like, yeah, there's a hole at shooting guard, but I could even move Ray in here. I mean, I have options. You know, I could get Michael Ray Richardson. There's, you know, I don't even have Russell in the lineup right now. Yeah, so we could just put Russell there. You know, we're still in a really good spot. But a card I've been eyeing for a while now, and this is one of my favorite things to do. Go find those past premium cards that were so expensive when they were new, that were one of the best cards in the game when they were new. Now they're maybe slightly outdated, but you find the ones with a ton of extra badges. And this one caught my eye. He's got a ton of Hoffs, and he's got 6 legends and some very good badges. And the one that I love is the one that Tracy has, is this legend set shot specialist. So I'll keep an eye on Grant Hill. I'm going to try either that one or another one. Look how cheap he is. He's not as good as Tracy, but he is a 6'8" shooting guard. So if I can sell Tracy for $1 million, pick him up for around 100K, I'll be pretty happy. And yeah, it's a little bittersweet, but we're going to move on from Tracy today, and we are going to keep shopping and looking at the lineup. So a little update there. We'll see. I'm not expecting to make profit on Tracy. I bought him for 1.2. Seen a lot go for around $1 million, but hey, it is Saturday. He's the only one on the market. Maybe we get a little profit. Maybe we get a little bit of profit. We'll see. We will see. And then other than this, the Kings lineup's looking so good. We're going to slide into Marcus Cousins. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, that debut is coming soon. So in summary for the day, Greatness Challenge, just keep at it, guys. It can be a slow burn. For me, I'm diving into it now just because there's not as much going on. But as other things ramp up, you know, I'll still keep chipping away at it. But personally, I'm not like chasing this completion right away. I think we're in a good spot, and we'll go from there. Daily challenges, knock them out as usual. No real new challenges. They gave us the full moon one, but just focus on these Hall of Fame and legend badges. You'll be in a good spot. And in the auction house, guys, we have another opportunity. I think our last investments are really in a great spot. Start selling today or tomorrow at profit points. Wait on this set and continue your day trading and your flips and go from there. With that, I hope everybody has a great Saturday. Maybe you see some friends. I'll be live a little later. It's going to be a little earlier than usual because we got the UFC event tonight. So I'm going to watch that UFC event, but I'll go live a couple hours before, probably 5 p.m. Central, right around there, maybe 5 to 7 Central will be the live tonight. Having fun, hanging out, grinding challenges, working the auction house, the whole usual smorgasbord of activities from this channel. So we'll go from there. But I appreciate you guys. All the comments mean a lot. Thank you for the feedback. I want to get better as a creator as well. So I do my absolute best to take feedback well. And if you guys see something that you think can be improved, for sure, drop a comment. Like I want to be open ears. And if you guys have ideas for videos or things you'd like to see, this is definitely an open communication. And I'll shout out the Discord. Join the Discord. Shoot me a message there if you think a direct message is a little better. The Big D Guru community on Discord is growing as well, which is very exciting. So appreciate everybody. Have a happy Saturday. Please do like and subscribe. It means a lot. Much love and peace.